What up YouTube? How we feeling today? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing fantastic. Back with another Division 2 build video and another banger, but a different banger now because we're talking about support builds. Yes guys, if you are the player that loves to support your team, especially in a countdown mode, then this is the build for you. This is the Patriots support build. This build helps out a lot with your teammates, boosting them up to that 4 to 5 million headshot crits, and this is just straight up insane, and it's pretty easy to make. We all know countdown gives us a lot of loot, so the only thing that you have to go for is a certain gear set. Farm that, and within a few hours you will definitely have this build ready. And man, this is just a straight up banger. This will help your team out quite a lot. And again, shout out to my man Farva for giving me this build, testing this build out with me. And of course I'm gonna give you a gameplay of the support build, and I'm gonna give you gameplay from me playing with the support build and can hit up to that 4 to 5 million crits on the head. This is just straight up insane, and every single group needs a player like this. So enough said, let's jump into the gameplay. I'm gonna show you some gameplay with the support build first. So shooting the enemies, buffing up my teammates, and after that I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you get boosted. So enjoy guys, this is a true Patriot support build and it is a lot of fun to play with, especially for your teammates. Enjoy. Mode as well, you can do that solo. Everything within the game is catered to solo players and team players. So it's whatever you like. However you like to play. Ooh. Oh yeah, Hunters is key definitely for, or Scorpio is definitely key for the Hunters. Yeah, I've been making videos for quite some time now, especially on the Division. But I'm streaming a little bit more. Yeah, since like TU15 came out. I streamed a few other games as well, just to have fun, right, in between. But yeah, now I'm really focusing to Division again, and I'm glad that we can focus towards Division again. Oh, your PC shade 6K? Nice. Full grinder, yeah, and then especially for you, right? Because the PC is having a lot of problems. But, I don't know if you know Lieutenant Boss Lightbear. He is a big content creator on YouTube as well for the Division. Why is nobody interacting with this? And he has some workarounds for the PC crashes. So definitely look that up if you have problems with PC. Oh, you already saw it? Nice, nice. Okay, nice. Yeah, I think all the information came from Reddit, but I know that he made a video about it. But I'm glad that that you already know about it. I can't complain about the crash, but I have a lot of people in my clan with problems. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's always the same, right? When a new update comes out, they will have problems, or there's always something that you walk up against. Okay, now we have only a few seconds left. Oh, nice. Okay, we got it. That was close, though.
Great work, Agent. The power plant is stable. Now get the hell out of there.
But nice to hear that you are a shade agent as well, my man. Welcome to the community. although we are mostly on PlayStation or on PlayStation, I'm glad that you joined up. It's always nice to talk about the game, although you might play it on a different platform. We can still theory craft and shit, you know. The game isn't different at all on different platforms. Maybe it works a little bit better on certain platforms, but yeah. Okay, let's get it, guys. Let's get those hunters. Yeah, exactly, it's the same. But sometimes, like, certain platforms have more bugs or more problems than others. Like, for example, PlayStation, or at least for me, I'm on PlayStation 5. I didn't have any problems, knock on wood real quick, with this update. At least, like the last update that they did last Tuesday. Why is nobody shooting this grenade? This becomes annoying. Get that hunter, he's running away.
Experimental reactor unstable. Safety protocols activated.
High-risk target approaching. System restored.
And starting with our specialization, guys, we are using the survivalist specialization. And why are we using the survivalist specialization on this support build? Because this gives us a 10% increased protection from elites to protect ourselves, of course. But the biggest one is the group members get a 10% bonus damage to targets with status effects. So this is the first step in boosting your teammates, and this is one of the best ones to use, especially when you need to protect yourself a little bit as well, while all the enemies within the countdown mode, or at least most of the enemies in countdown mode, are elites, so you have an extra 10% protection from them. Then starting with my guns, of course I'm using the Scorpio shotgun. Why are we using the Scorpio shotgun? Because it comes with that talent Septic Shock. Every pellet you hit increases the poison, disorient, shock, and at last, and this is an important one, with 7 pellets, targets take an additional 20% damage from all sources and stacks no longer increase. And the 20% damage from all sources is a multiplicative damage, so you can hit even harder, and this is one of the best to have, especially against the hunters or of course the stronger biggie types in the game. And next to that, we're using the ACS-12. Why? Because we love to run around with shotguns. I tried a few other guns, but in my opinion, the ACS-12 is still the best to go with, even on this build. But for most of the time, you're using your Scorpio. Why? Because you want to attach that status effect, so all your teammates get that extra 10% bonus damage, and this does a lot of damage towards your enemies. Next to that, I chose for the double-barreled shotgun. Why? Because it's proficiency rank 9. I need to get it up there to proficiency rank 10 to get it to the max proficiency rank, and then I switch over to a different sidearm. So whatever you like to play with, just equip it and make sure that it isn't proficiency rank maxed out yet. Just use it to get the proficiency rank up to that max. Then starting with the build, and of course we're using a true Patriot gear set. Why are we using a true Patriot gear set? Because it of course gives you that extra ammo capacity of 30%, the extra magazine size of 30%, but we're doing it for the 4 pieces, the red, white and blue. Every 2 seconds, enemies you shoot receive a stack debuff of red, white and blue. For the red, it amplifies the enemy's damage taken by 8%. For white, shooting the enemy repairs the attacking agent's armor by 2% once every second. And the last, blue, decrease the enemy's damage dealt by 8%. And for a full flag, enemies that die while under the effect of all the 3 debuffs create a 5-meter explosion, dealing damage equal to the total health and armor. Explosion damage reduced on named enemy's death. But I'm using the chest version, and the chest version comes with the talent waving flag on there. So this increases the red, white and blue rotation speed to 1.5 seconds instead of that 2 seconds. So you only have to shoot for 4.5 seconds to get the full flag on them. They have a full debuff of every single color, and of course when they die they get a big explosion on there. I rolled the critical hit chance on there, went for an armor core of maxed out 170 armor, and I went for the 12% protection from elite mods. Because why? We need to be in the faces of the enemies. You are using a shotgun, so it is the best to stay close. Most of the pellets will hit, so most of the damage buff of the Scorpio will be there. Then for my holster, I went for a full red core. So I found it with 10.5% critical hit damage on there. So I had the opportunity to roll a weapon damage on there. Of course, my attributes can be a little bit higher, but the only thing that you need to focus to is get that crit chance to around that 50%, so your shots do some damage as well. But still, this is a support build, so you will do your damage, but that isn't the most important part of this build, because this build boosts up your teammates, and this is what it's all about. Then I did the same thing for my knee pads. I rolled the weapon damage over the armor core because I found it with the max 6% critical hit chance. And then exactly the same for my gloves. Rolled the weapon core away for some weapon damage and found it with a 6% critical hit chance as the attribute on there. So these are all the pieces that you have for true Patriot. So let's jump over to my mask, because this piece will boost your damage output from yourself and your team as well. And that is of course the Coyote's mask, guys. The Coyote's mask, I have it almost maxed out. 5.5% crit chance, 11% critical hit damage, of course at 15% weapon damage, and again I went for a mod of 12% protection from elites, but we're doing it of course for the talent on there, that pack instinct. From 0 to 50 meters you increase 25% critical hit damage if you hit an enemy within that range. 15 to 25, 10% critical hit chance and 10% critical hit damage. And 25 meters and above, 25% critical hit chance. But because we are always in the faces of our enemies, because we're running around with a shotgun, we will always give our team the 25% critical hit damage. So the team will hit harder with that boost of 25% critical hit damage. And let's jump over to the last piece of this build, of course, our backpack. And the backpack is the Uzina Getica the Setup. This is the named backpack of the new brand set that was introduced with TU15 and Season 9 Hidden Alliance. I almost have it around at 150k armor. I maxed out the critical hit chance. I have 11.1% critical hit damage on there. And of course the mod protection from elites. And why are we using this backpack? Because this boosts up your teammates' damage even more because we're using perfectly opportunistic. Enemies you hit take 15% more damage from all sources for 5 seconds and requires using a marksman rifle or a shotgun. That's why I explained at the beginning that I tried a few other guns out. I tried to go for a marksman rifle. If you are across the map and the enemies spawn on a different side, maybe you can use your marksman rifle, so you can go for that as well. But I found out that the shotguns were the best to use. And just like I said at the beginning, mostly I will use that Scorpio, especially for those status effects to buff up my team even more. This is just another amplified damage output, guys, of 15%. And you only have to hit them once to get that extra damage output for 5 seconds. Because you're always up and close, you will hit them always, so they will always have that perfectly opportunistic mark on them, so your teammates hit for an extra 15% multiplicative damage. Then over to the skills, I'm using a revive hive because yes, you want to stay alive, you are the support build, so you are close to all the enemies. There is a chance that they might take you out if you just gone too far or standing too close to a door of a spawn point. So this is just the revive hive. I went for the 9.3% revive hive armor, 5% range and a 4.8% duration. Next to that, we're running the pulse. You can run whatever you like. You can also run the foam. Foam is a very nice one as well. When a door opens, just shoot your foam in there. They are all trapped, so you can just shoot them down with your Scorpio. Get the buffs on there from the Scorpio, from of course our specialization, and from the true Patriots. So all your teammates around you or running towards you can hit those enemies up to that 4.5, 5 million, 4 million crit shots. It's crazy, guys. It's just crazy, just like you saw in the beginning with all the gameplay I showed you. So let's jump over to the stats and show you what we can do. The stats, like I said, you need to push towards the 50% critical hit chance to get the critical hit shots out there as well. I have an 87.6% critical hit damage and a 65% headshot damage. And next to that, of course, we have the 46% protection from elites. We're only rocking a 2-core build, so we have around that 1.1 to 1.2 million, depends on if you max it out, you will reach that 1.2 million armor. You can even go for all armor cores, so you will never go down. You are a true support build and your damage doesn't even matter, but I still like to do my own damage. So we found out that the sweet spot is like 2 armor cores, around that 1.1 to 2 million armor. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this support build, the true Patriot support build, the Patriot support, but there's another big support build out there. Maybe you can guess it in the comments down below, but this will be live on the channel as well in the next few days. We need to test out a few things, what will be the best setup. And that's it. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button. And of course the notification bell. PurePrime out!